Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm going to be doing the second part of my top 5 films of the year that I've watched in the cinema so far. This is going to be from April through till June, and they're going to be the highlighted films on the screen for you. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first film on my list today is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and the reason why it's on my list is because it is such a well-rounded end to the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Character development was top tier, the chemistry was great, music, CGI, everything was great. The only things I would say were negative about it is that Stallone's character, apart from helping them get to see one of the other characters, was that he didn't really have anything to do. Like, he was just there. He just randomly appears at the end. But other than that, yeah, it is a great film and definitely should be one that everyone just watches. And it works as a standalone film as well, for the most part. So the second film on this list today is going to be the Super Mario Brothers movie, which was honestly just a great family film, a great video game adaptation film. But on the other hand of that, there wasn't too much of a story, really. Obviously, the games don't have that much story anyway, but I feel like they could have added to the lore of the games a bit more, but they just didn't. They just took the lore what there was and just made it a film as opposed to having it as a game, really. But I also like how they added different elements of the games in the series. So there was like Mario Kart, like the old school Mario games, Donkey Kong, obviously. Seth Rogen was fucking brilliant as Donkey Kong as well. Like, he even got the laugh perfect, which not many actors do. Like, they just do it, it feels like, but they don't actually try and put effort into it. Like, but Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong was fucking brilliant. Such a good family film. I loved it. And overall, I'd say that was probably like a 7 out of 10 film. Jack Black as Bowser as well was great. So the third film I've got on this list today, which is actually the top film out of the 5 that I've chosen, purely because of how good it was, is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Is such a well animated film, and the cliffhanger at the end of that film, oh my god, it's so good. I'm obviously not going to say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but fucking hell, so good, absolutely fucking fantastic. The animation in that film was incredible. I love how it went from the classic cartoon animation to the more newer style of animation in films. It's fucking fantastic. The voice acting and the chemistry with the characters were all great. There was no bad thing I can honestly say about that film. It was pretty much perfect for a film. So good. The emotional range was phenomenal. It was, I'd say, the best film that's going to be out this year by a long shot, even better than Barbie and Oppenheimer, which were both great films. I've loved both of those, and I'm going to do a video on both of them later on. But yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was, I'd say it's the best superhero film ever made, at all, ever. It's so good, better than Endgame, better than Infinity War, better than all of them. It's perfect. I'd say that is a 10 out of 10, 5-star, 100% top notch film. Everyone should watch it, and the first one as well, purely because of how good they are. I'd put them above all the Tom Holland films, even though Far From Home was great as a Spider-Man film. These Miles Morales films are so much better. Honestly, love them all. So the fourth film on this list today is going to be Casino. Yes, I know it's a classic film, and I wasn't going to include any, but honestly, the amount of films I've seen this year that deserve to be on the list is honestly minimal. Like, there's a few that I wanted to add but couldn't justify adding it, like Hypnotic. The Little Mermaid is a great film, but it's not top five. Whereas Casino, which is the film that is fourth on this list, is 100% worthy of being on this list. And to be honest, it should probably be higher because it is a fucking brilliant film. Like, the on-screen chemistry between Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci is fucking phenomenal. Like, they go so well together. And like, because obviously they've done films like Goodfellas together, and there's other films I can't remember off the top of my head that they've done together. And Scorsese's storytelling is fantastic. And a little like trivia piece for this: the conversations between Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro on screen were mostly improvised. They had the beginning of the conversation and the end. Everything in between was completely improvised, which I think is fucking brilliant. Like, it's such a cool little detail to have. And another prominent Easter egg is for a nod to Hitchcock, because there's little movie posters dotted around the film, like Shadow of a Doubt is in one of the scenes, which serves as a reference to the underlying tension and suspicion that permeates through the plot. And also, the film itself is relevant to newer films in the genre, and it honestly shows so much about Scorsese's storytelling. It is chef's kiss. So, honestly, if you've not seen it, watch it. Get it on DVD, watch it on Prime or whatever. Just watch this film. So the final film to round off this list is Heat, which is another 1995 crime drama. And the premise of the film is about an LAPD detective played by Al Pacino chasing down a career criminal, Neil McCauley, who is played by Robert De Niro. And it's based on the Chicago police officer Chuck Adamson and his pursuit of Neil McCauley, who is obviously the name of De Niro's character. This film, honestly, was so good to watch at the cinema for the first time watching this film as well, because it's such a classic crime film. The sound mixing by Michael Mann was phenomenal, and it just makes it such a good cat and mouse chase film. It honestly deserves more love, and I'm so looking forward to when the sequel comes out, when that got announced last year, because it's genuinely one of the best crime films I think I've ever watched. Bar the obvious ones like The Godfather and Godfather Part 2. Casino is also up there with one of my favourite crime films. And I love how Pacino and De Niro's on-screen chemistry works. They just play off each other's personalities so well. It's such a good watch. And the supporting cast as well. Val Kilmer was great in it. And how he just plays along with De Niro is fucking great. Everyone should just watch this film. It's such a top tier film, and I can't put into words how good it is. You just have to watch it. It's fucking so good.